Before my head hit the pillow last night, I scrubbed through some of the footage that made its way around the internet yesterday. I didn't look into it, I didn't know the story of it, I didn't pull up any articles, but the first thing that jumped out to me and made me question some things was the Stormtrooper armor. As someone with a set of screen-accurate Stormtrooper armor, I knew exactly what this armor was. It's called FX armor and, well, it's not exactly the most accurate armor out there. As like a member of the 501st or as someone wanting a screen-accurate set of Stormtrooper armor, you would not buy FX armor. Nowadays, there was a time when this was basically the only armor available for somebody who would want Stormtrooper armor. So that instantly made me go, why would they get like fan-made FX armor that does not look good on screen in this production? So I just knew that a lot of people were talking about this test footage, and then I figured I'd look into it in the morning, night. So the test footage didn't necessarily leak, at least not anytime recently. It's technically been available for 9 years. For 9 years, this footage sat on Vimeo, and the behind-the-scenes portion of the footage had been on there on a separate clip for 7 years. So they sat on the old internet for a very long time before anyone majorly noticed them. Those clips were actually removed from Vimeo yesterday. But it's a little more complicated than just saying, this is test footage from the show, from the production. Chances are these scenes, these shots, these characters, this story wasn't going to be a part of the show. It's just some stuff put together to test the economic feasibility of making a live-action Star Wars TV show at the time. And hell, this could be one of many pieces of test footage that tested various systems and methods to try and drive the cost down of making a live-action Star Wars show, because as you'll later find out, it was all about cost. And shit, it could even be like a damn demo reel from Stargate Studios showing Lucas, here's what we can do and what we can do at this price point. Almost like being the lowest bidder on a juicy defense contract. But who knows? So this is not from Lucasfilm, it's from Stargate Studios. So who knows? What is Star Wars Underworld? Well, a live-action show was announced in 2005 at Star Wars Celebration by George Lucas himself. 6 years later, in 2011, Lucas gave an interview on G4's Attack of the Show, May You Rest in Peace, and Lucas said, quote, "It sits on the shelf. We have 50 hours. We are trying to figure out a different way of making movies. We are looking for a different technology that we can use that will make it economically feasible to shoot the show. Right now, it looks like the Star Wars features, but we have to figure out how to make it at about 1/10 of the cost of the features, because it's television. We are working towards that, and we continue to work towards that. We will get there at some point. It's just a very difficult process. Obviously, when we do figure this problem out, it will dramatically affect the features, because feature films are costing between $250 to $350 million. When we figure this out, they will be able to make a feature film for $50 million, close quote. So as we know, the show never happened. But the footage that resurfaced is from test shoots. It's from Stargate Studios, as I said, who actually has an extensive resume including The Walking Dead, Doctor Who, Mad Men, Hannibal, 12 Monkeys, The Orville, and The Office, among many other primarily television productions. The reason the footage looks wonky is because it is just a test to see how fast and cheap shots, effects, entire episodes could be made. And for being test footage with such heavy use of real-time rendering and effects as you see in the behind-the-scenes footage, it is pretty remarkable. For being test footage, it's pretty well done.